All right, I want you to pay really close attention. I have a joke for you. Are you ready? Okay. Did you know that there are two types of people in the world? There are those who extrapolate from incomplete data sets. That's it. Did you get it? Did you catch the joke there? You possibly got it, but you probably didn't. Because the reality is you actually fall in one of those two types of people. And in fact, if I had finished the joke, or at least what you think would have been finishing the joke, you might not know which category you fall under. You still don't get it? You could go back and you could rewatch the video again and see if you can get it later. But don't feel bad if you still don't get the joke. Because there are going to be a lot of things in life that you're going to work really hard to try and understand, and you'll just never have complete awareness of them. For example, here's one that we try to understand that we don't. Why are some people more prone to being bitten by mosquitoes than others are? We were outside one day, I think it was last summer, and we're outside and none of us were getting bit up by the mosquitoes except one person that was there. And that person was constantly swatting and expressing sounds of frustration. And it was all good for the rest of us. We weren't getting bit up until he went into the house. And when he went into the house, you know what happened. The rest of us then ended up learning the suffering that he was going through, because then the mosquitoes began to attack us. Why? Well, we don't really know exactly why mosquitoes choose one person over another. Those that get bit up more constantly, they usually claim something like, well, it's because I'm sweeter than you are. Well, I know some of those people, and it's probably just not true. But research suggests that maybe it's a certain blood type that causes that, or certain levels of carbon dioxide that we put out, or even certain body odors that cause us to be more likely. Research even suggests that the color black is more attractive to mosquitoes than other colors. And we have no idea why. Like we have absolutely no clue. Crazy to think, but we may never know why certain people are always getting bit by mosquitoes and others just aren't as susceptible to those little bloodsuckers. Well, in Daniel, in one of his dreams that he has as we move forward in the book, ran into a similar problem. It wasn't about getting bit by mosquitoes, but rather he struggled to fully understand something. Even after asking an angel to explain to him the dream that he was having and what it meant, and the angel gave him the interpretation and explained it to him, and the angel actually closes out by saying this to Daniel in Daniel 9:26. The angel says, the visions of the evenings and the morning that's been given to you, it's all true. He says, I explained it to you, you understand it, it's all true. But I want you to seal up the vision because it concerns the distant future. And so Daniel knows that some of the vision will come true soon, like really soon, due to the explanation that was given him, and some of it will come true in the future. And he also understands that some of it's going to include coming true soon, and then some of it way distant into the future. But it still doesn't make complete sense to Daniel. And then he can't get it off his mind. Verse 27 says this, I, Daniel, was worn out. I lay exhausted, just exhausted for several days. Man, You get this, right? Not knowing or not understanding something can be absolutely exhausting, can't it? There's nothing worse in life than the periods of time that we experience when you want to know something or understand it, like the results of a test, maybe from a doctor's office or something like that, but you have to wait. Not knowing, I think sometimes is just the worst. But listen, there just are going to be times when you just won't get it. You won't know. You won't understand. Probably there's going to be a lot of times like that, actually. So what do we do when we don't fully understand something? Well, really what we do in those moments when we don't fully understand something is the most important matter. Look how Daniel responds, 8:27, we'll read it again. I, Daniel, was worn out, and I lay exhausted for several days. But then I got up, and I went about the king's business. I was appalled by the vision. It was way beyond my understanding. He eventually got up, and he went back to work. Why did he do that? Because he realized that there was nothing he could do about the fact that he just doesn't understand everything. And it appalled him, it bothered him, but he realized he's got to move on. His whole life, Daniel's whole life, he had trusted God, and God had not let him down yet. So wouldn't it be better to just continue to trust God, right? And get on with life, even when you don't fully get it? And I know, I think we would all say, yeah, that's what we need. That's really what we need to do. But it's hard, isn't it? Well, here's a truth I think we can all relate to. Some of you are still watching this video blog, but you really aren't, because you haven't even heard a word I said for the past 5 minutes, because you're still trying to figure out the joke I told at the beginning that didn't make any sense. Well, here's my advice. Let it go. If you didn't get it, let it go. In fact, it's perfectly okay to not understand everything. Just trust God and learn the art of being good and content, even when there's things you don't get. I hope that helps. We'll see you Sunday.